Hey there, everybody. Well, of course, leading into the Jets game here in Chicago on Sunday, a lot of the focus will rightly be on the fact of Sam Darnold playing a fantastic defense in Chicago's defense, led by Khalil Mack. So how will Darnold be able to handle that defense? We've talked about that already, and we'll continue to throughout the week. But one of the interesting things from the Jets' perspective, and their defense has had some mixed results this year, is how will the Jets' defense perform against Mitch Trubisky, the second-year quarterback for the Bears, the second overall pick last year. Interesting storylines for Trubisky this year. He's in a new offense. Matt Nagy comes over from the Chiefs and has asked Trubisky to handle a much more complex offense here in 2018 than he did last season as a rookie. So Trubisky's strength is mobility. He did a lot of that in college at North Carolina. He's slippery. He can scramble. If you keep him in the pocket and make him throw, the reputation that he has is that he can get confused at times and make some mistakes. So I think the Jets would prefer to contain him in the pocket, be able to set him up back there with the pass rush, and make him make mistakes. Let him go ahead and get rattled easily. I think that's sort of, talking to people in Chicago, that's sort of his issue here, is that this offense is very, very complex. It's a lot to handle, and maybe too much for him at this point in his career. So he can get a little confused, a little bit rattled back there, and inaccuracies can show up in his passes. He really had some bad misses this year. He had one really awesome game that, of course, vaulted up his stats. He's 13th in the NFL right now in quarterback rating. But if you look at what the Bears have asked him to do, he's had a heavy workload in terms of the complexity of this new offense that Matt Nagy brings over from the Chiefs. They do ask him to move a little bit. They do a lot of shotgun zone read type stuff, so the Jets will have to account for that in terms of being able to handle Trubisky and keep him in the pocket. So he's not necessarily a Tyrod Taylor type in terms of being a fantastic dual threat quarterback athlete, but that is something that Trubisky does to a degree, is be able to be smooth and slippery in terms of when the running lanes are there and taking advantage of that. So I think the Jets here keep him in the pocket and make Trubisky throw, and maybe some of those inaccuracies can show up and that can lead to turnovers for the Jets. I think that would be a pretty sound plan for this team based on what we know about Mitch Trubisky.